What if I wouldn't have let those people talk me out of my miracle? What if I would have broken away from those friends that were causing me to compromise? Where would I be? What if I would have treated my spouse with respect? What if I would have taken that step of faith in my career and not played it safe all the time? You don't have to wonder. You can start right now. It is not too late to become who God's created you to be. The question is, do you want it bad enough? Stir your passion up. Make this decision. I am not going to live complacent, accepting mediocrity, passive. I'm going to pursue what God put in my heart. I'm going to take steps to grow. I'm going to come up higher in my relationships. There was a young man that was raised in a small town in Pennsylvania. Nobody in his family had ever left that area. They all stayed and worked there locally, but this young man had a dream to go to college. He knew he had more in him, but he came from a limited income. He didn't have the funds or the connections. But instead of giving up and accepting that as his destiny, he went to the local phone company and he got the phone directory for New York City. That's where he wanted to go to school, but he had to find a job. He found a company that had 393 locations in the New York area. He decided to write each one of them a letter asking them for a job. He didn't have a computer or a typewriter, but for the next month, he wrote about 15 letters a week telling the company that he would do anything from sweep the floors to clean out the warehouses. A month went by and he didn't hear anything. 3 months, nothing. 6 months, still nothing. He's kind of discouraged. When he turned 18, he convinced his parents to let him take the train to New York City to follow up with that company. He arrived in Manhattan. He went to one of their largest locations in Times Square. He told the person in charge who he was, and how he had applied for a job and was wondering if they were interested. The person informed him that all the hiring took place at their corporate headquarters a few blocks down the street. That's where all the applications went. He walked into this big skyscraper, this huge building. He told the receptionist his name and asked if he could see the person in charge of hiring. She called upstairs and much to her surprise, they said yes, send him up. He stepped off the elevator. They brought him to this large executive office with big, beautiful windows looking out. He was so nervous, so out of his element. He told the executive, my name is so-and-so, and I was wondering if you received the letter I wrote asking for a job. The executive turned to his side desk, put his hand on a big stack of papers, said, yes, we received your letter, all 393 of them. We knew you would be coming. You can start tomorrow. That young man not only worked his way through college, but when he graduated, he became a manager for a whole region of their stores. How bad do you want it? Well, I put in 4 applications. They all turned me down. You have 189 left to go. The difference between a dream and a wish is a wish is something you just hope it happens, but a dream you put actions behind. The scripture says faith without works is dead. He could have wished he could get a job, wished somebody would hire him, wished he could go to school. Wishing isn't going to get you anywhere. He was willing to do what others wouldn't do. And the people that succeed don't always have the most talent, the most education, the most opportunity. Many times they simply want it more than others. You have to pursue what God put in you. Being passive and indifferent will keep you from your destiny. Jesus said, those who hunger and thirst after righteousness will be